Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and this is the Vessel TD-80. It's an 80mm tall T-handle driver. I assume that's what that stands for. Orange, kind of a slippery plastic. It's obviously reversible, plus that locking center. In the center, there's not a lot of play, so that's quite good. It's affordable, around $17. The Veras are in the low 50s. The kind of gear wrench, gear driver, SATA ones, they usually come in kits somewhere between 20 and 30. Get into the 30s with the Williams, which seems to be about the same as the Snap-on. And then Snap-on, depending on the length, runs from the 70s to this long one, which is about $91 now. But anyway, I'm not sure what these holes are for. They do not hold a bit. Bits obviously fall right through, so I'm wondering if maybe it's designed for inserting a screwdriver for extra leverage or something, or maybe hanging it, but it seems like one hole would be fine, and I don't think you need to cut any weight. It's a fairly light tool. But anyway, a couple of things. First of all, it is what I consider backwards. You turn it to the right for it to tighten to the left, and you turn it to the left to tighten to the right. This here is nothing but knurling, and that comes into play when you're trying to say work with a screw. You can see this is kind of loose, so if I go to turn, the back drag alone keeps spinning the screw, so I can just roll up, turn that till I feel resistance, and then wind it in. The same if I reverse it, I can take it out until it no longer functions, and then spin it out the rest of the way. Now, that's in my hand. Remember, this is 80mm or 8 centimeters, which you have to be able to reach that easily, and you saw how I was using it kind of with these two fingers seemed to be the most natural. And that's the issue with T-handles, is they're designed to be kind of a natural palm fitting into your hand, yet they're all designed and shaped differently. Like there's no industry standard hand, which is, you know, of course the case, but instead they have little bits of features, I guess. This does fit. It's a very symmetrical, bulbous, swollen design here in the front. So yeah, it's easy to control, probably in this configuration. The Vera you can use, they've got the finger grooves here if you want to drive it that way, or you can, of course, there's a big paddle side so you can grab it there. These, you know, are almost like handles that you'd push or pull or twist. You see stuff like that on RVs for like dumping waste and things. But anyway, that pretty much is right there. There, you know, maybe you could try it here. It's not a real strong handle that way. These I've never felt comfortable. They're asymmetric. They're designed to be used in two directions. That's more for show for the video right here. It's no ratcheting mechanism. But anyway, let's talk about back drag on these, because I haven't tested these guys for you with back drag. Overall, this has a bunch of back drag, but let's go ahead and get some numbers for that. One of the ways I do that, as you know, is with this little test rig that I created that gives me just a little pull scale here. If I throw this guy on and turn it in the right direction here and start winding this up till it quits, is this going the right way? Doesn't feel like it. Let's see. There we go. As you can see, I am between 300 and 400 grams. Doesn't mean that's exactly what it is. It just means that there's a number there. And then the other thing I've started doing is trying to keep it going, just to see if there's some inconsistencies in the teeth. And as you can see, this is bouncing around. As far as I can tell, this is about a 20-tooth ratchet, just counting it, just by lining it up and clicking. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like that would be 6 down. So 5 times 4 would be 20. So anyway, I was getting, again on this one, between 300 and 400. Let's call it 350 on that. Here's a Snap-on. We'll go ahead and test that because it's right here. Flip that. So once I start twisting this, get it in the right direction here. There we go. Start again. So I'm slowly twisting the handle out here. This one is about 2 1/4, 225 grams. That's not bad. Compare that to the Williams here. I assume the same factory. Flip that. The Williams, look at that. That is a winner. This is one of the lowest back drags. I've had a few others that are well under 100. This is averaging 50 right there, 50 to 60 or 70. That is really low for the Williams. Throw a gear wrench on there and see. Get this thing to start winding. What do we have? This is staying pretty good at around 100. Let's compare that to the SATA. I don't know who makes what. And I've thrown snap-on parts into these, you can see, because it's got that interchangeable 1/4 inch design. Now these do not fit most 1/4 inch things though, for some reason. They are a little bit different. Throw that one in, wind it up. Look at that. So the SATA is quite a bit more than the gear wrench. So I'm going at 300 there, and if you recall, the gear wrench here was about 100. So I don't know. It could be quality control or something else. Let's go to the Vera here. Now to do this one, I've got the 1/4 inch driver here, and I did that deliberately because there is no spot on this thing where you can lock it. You put it in the middle and basically it freewheels. If you can get it caught in the middle, it doesn't like that, but then it'll go either way. But what happens is with this guy, if you get just the bit drivers, you can't lock it and use it as a straight screwdriver. So we'll go ahead and throw, I've got a little bit driver right here, another Vera. Push the button, slide that in, and drop it on there. Oops. And we will see. Okay, I can slide that there. So two things about this, besides being expensive, is it does have a bunch of back drag. I'm at about 300, but if I go slow, sometimes I can catch a stiff part, like right there, that took it a little over 400. And I can feel that, actually, when I'm spinning this, that there is one little stiff point. Not a big deal, though. But anyway, back to this guy. If you don't have a little palm T-handle driver like this and you want one, it's a good starting place. Vessel seems to make good stuff. Set that down. The magnet inside it seems pretty solid. It does not have a lock or anything, but that's plenty good for something like this. I do like the orange, nice and bright. This thing, it'd be nice if this had more texture, so you could easily grab it and spin it, and I wish it went in the direction I want it to go. This backwards thing, it is starting to bug me, although some people have some rationale that, you know, if you catch it on something, you know, if you're spinning it, you're ratcheting it this way and this catches, it will maintain that same ratcheting or that same tightening direction. Whereas if it's opposite, you know, when if you're tightening on something and this catches, it will flip it. So there is that. Anyway, thought I'd bring this little guy to your attention, the Vessel TD-80. And, oh, did I mention, comes with some bits. And the Vessel Bits belt, what that's worth. And with that, Doc out.